Hello and welcome to the Pizza Kitchen. I'm your host Brian Hernandez, and years ago we took a trip through the Ohio Valley and discovered a unique style of pizza found predominantly in the Ohio Valley area. It's called Ohio Valley style. Who wrote this? Because it's bad. The subject of the style focus in the May issue of P&Q Pizza, this relatively unheard of style got its start at DeCarlo's in Steubenville, Ohio. A bakery turned pizzeria, DeCarlo's had little idea that this one-of-a-kind pie would take hold of the region. Now reaching other areas in the Northeast, this style is typically made by the sheet, sold by the slice, features a very crispy bake, a savory stewed sauce, and cold toppings. That's right, most of your toppings go on after the pizza is out of the oven. With true reasons for this shrouded in mystery, the settled-on theory is that the toppings wouldn't survive the long bake needed to get the DeCarlo's crust that signature texture and flavor their bakery was known for. Other styles have popped up featuring the raw additions to pizza, but they give reasons like the cheese helps soak up the extra grease and to keep drunk college kids from burning their faces off. All solid reasons, I might add, to give this menu item a shot in your pizzeria. Now, it needs to be said that this pizza isn't just full of raw toppings. The usual suspects of hand-shredded provolone cheese and pepperonis get a slight melt and sweat out of the warmth of the piping hot pie. And when you get takeout, the box helps with the melt so that when you get home, you've got somewhat cooked toppings. Slightly melted at the very least. While this style of pizza is unique and can create buzz around your menu and your pizzeria itself, we are not all set up to bake large sheets of pizza or dole out mass quantities of slices all day long. Luckily, Lloyd Pans has you covered with their 14x14, 1.5 inch deep Sicilian pan. The versatility of this pan can take you from one style to the next without missing a beat. The 14x14 inch Sicilian pan can create an Ohio masterpiece large enough to feed a table of 4, or can be split up into quarters, giving each diner their own experience. That also makes these pans perfect for doing limited slices. This style can be prepared and ready to go in quantity without having to prep all day long. Simply bake a few skins with some sauce and cover them using Lloyd Pans 14-inch Sicilian pan separators. And with Lloyd Pans standard PSTK coating, there's no need for seasoning. Right out of the box, these pans will release even the sloppiest of pizza fiascos and clean up in a cinch. Simply use a non-abrasive scrubber, commercial dish soap, and reload. And with Lloyd Pans being based and produced in Spokane Valley, Washington, each Lloyd Pan is proudly manufactured and stamped in the USA. Even though Ohio Valley style pizza is not known for exotic toppings, there are no rules in that area. And since it's basically adding cold toppings to a cooked pizza, today I'm taking this one to my comfort zone and adding one of my favorites. Arugula. It's a vegetable. I call this one the Ruccola Rocket, and it's heavily inspired by a recipe created by myself and my pizza consigliere and Harvard graduate, Daniel Lee Perea. And while it may be a recipe better suited for dine-in, that's what we're doing today. So for this pie, we're going to need a 14-inch by 14-inch Lloyd Pans Sicilian pizza pan, 24-ounce dough ball, whole peeled tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil, dried oregano, garlic, dried basil, yellow onion, green pepper, brown sugar, aged provolone cheese, arugula, pine nuts, salt and pepper, cherry tomatoes, lemon zest, balsamic vinegar, and an optional balsamic glaze. If you need a dough recipe, check the description below. It's a 48-hour cold ferment, so plan ahead. You also need to prep your sauce about 4 hours beforehand to allow for that all-important long simmer. First, add your tomatoes to the pie. Then, add your extra virgin olive oil, onions, green peppers, oregano, basil, garlic, and brown sugar. Bring it all to a simmer and let it sit. While your sauce is simmering, you should get your dough up to room temperature. Once your dough is warmed up, start stretching your dough to fill your pan. Let your dough sit for about an hour and then give it another stretch to reach the corners. After another hour, you should be ready to go. Top your dough with your sauce and bake the pizza for about 7 to 8 minutes or until the pie is almost done. Once you reach that perfect shade of brown, remove the pizza and top it with a little more sauce and a fistful of hand-shredded provolone. Place it back in the oven and cook it for another minute or two, just enough to heat the sauce and begin melting the cheese. Toss your arugula in a little extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and a dash of balsamic vinegar. After you reach that perfect shade of brown on your crust, remove the pizza from the oven. Top it with your arugula mix, provolone cheese, roasted pine nuts, cherry tomatoes, and dust with your lemon zest. Then if you're feeling crazy, a little bit of balsamic glaze. Well, there you have it, folks. An easy addition to any menu that can create buzz around your pizzeria, but only if you get that beautiful bake. The craziness of this style may pull the customer in the door, but that crunch is going to keep them coming back. Visit www.lloydpans.com for more ideas like this, or to check out their vast selection of pizza pans, tools, and screens. Basically anything you may need to get the best bake possible on all your pizzas. I'm your host, Brian Hernandez, and I'll see you guys next time. But until then, chill, baby cake.